Hello.
Hi, welcome back to Delicious Dish.
Didn't you do that last time?
I did.
Okay, we're gonna do it every time.
I'm pretty original, I guess. I hope everybody's doing well. We are currently on like a severe weather thing because, well, we live in.
Because there's severe weather.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? So, anyway, I don't know that I've ever done a podcast during severe weather. Maybe I have. I don't know, but today's a very important milestone for.
I know I've never done a podcast during severe weather.
This is have you listened?
This is only like my fourth time ever to do this.
Fair enough. So anyway, we are celebrating a very important milestone on Travel Tips Tuesday today. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
We are. I will share it with you in just a few moments. I'm going to hang you in suspense.
No, I'm just going to look at the notes.
It's not on there.
Oh, it is suspense.
It is suspense. We're hanging in suspenders. Jen says, "Hi all, hello. Seeing your profile pic, you've got a puppy. That's fun.
I can't wait to see what you're stitching.
Yes, she's all into the stitching of things. It is. This is true. This is true. If y'all are hopping on, feel free to share this, like it, love it, want more of it.
Does Rogers grow up listening to that kind of stuff?
I grew up listening to Car Talk and
I was like, I get it.
And Prairie Home Companion on NPR. Yeah, I did. Really crazy.
The Humphreys grew up listening to that.
Yeah, I did listen to Jimmy Buffett while learning Hebrew.
But that was not as a child.
No, it was not. This is true. Jimmy Buffett gets. By the way,
nothing wrong with what the Rogers listened to. A little.
This is true. If you celebrate this kind of thing, it's National Margarita Day. You know that? Yes, she did. Anyway, it is. For what that's worth.
I don't actually have a margarita. That would be funny.
I do not either. But anyway, so yeah, we're going to talk about some fun stuff today. Some fun Disney news dropped today, as well as some Run Disney news, as well as some fun things about some parades coming back to some Disney parks. Yeah. So right. So it's pretty exciting stuff. If you stay in the know, and we're gonna talk about that here in just a second. But hello to everybody that is here. Let me check a couple other things. Make sure. Yeah, we're good to go. Fun,
We're
fun,
good.
fun.
We're unmuted, right?
Yes, Run Disney dropped their race info today. 1 month to sing up. Yes, there is one that
Sing.
sign up and sing.
Aw.
Yeah,
No, I
so
like
there's a
sing
couple
up
of
better
things.
than
We're going to get into the details about the sign up for the Run Disney things. Hence the shirt I'm wearing. All right, this thematically intentional. I've also got one of my race buttons on there too. Yeah, you can show that. It's one of two. So one of the interesting things that um, Run Disney does for the Dopey Challenge is you don't get just one bib, you actually get two. So
Whoa.
one of the
Well, you
bibs
pay
works for
$100,000 in
yes.
registration fee, so
You get 47 pounds in medals, 6 T-shirts, and 2 race bibs.
I
So
don't see the other.
yeah, I don't know. The other one's down there somewhere. But yeah, there are two. One is for the 5K and 10K, and then one is for the half marathon and full. So I think that's because like during a lot of those races, for some, they get kind of beat up like after a while. So yeah. So anyway, mine looks actually a couple of the like safety pin holes for is either that one or the other one. You one of them. You have nice things to So anyways, all right. So welcome to Travel Tips. Wait for it. Wait, hang on a second. Travel Tips Tuesday. Travel Tips Tuesday. You know, we're gonna take a there it is. Travel Tips Tuesday. Did you right there? Travel Tips Tuesday. So 2/22/22. Yeah, this is palindrome week for you math folks that are out there. Hello, Ian. Ian says, "Hi, Rogers and Rogers." Ian, what is that around your head on your picture? Is that it looks like either I can't tell because it's small. It's either like apples or pomegranates, or could be thermal detonator coat from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
That's
I
what
don't
would
know.
be around my head.
Yeah, Tuesday. There it is. Ian's got it. Real. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started for this very special travel tips Twosday, Tuesday, if you will. All right.
Today is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, here on Travel Tuesday.
Bienvenidos a bordo. Yeah. Be good. Should we use her intro or mine? Y'all let us know in the comments. All right. Pomegranate.
Do a heart for me and do like an angry face.
A heart from your angry face for me. Gee, thanks. They are pomegranates. Awesome. All right. So tonight, this is Travel Tips Tuesday, and it is February the 22nd, 2022. We'll use yours. We'll pop it in there for funsies. Swap it up. And we do have a little bit of Disney news, but yes, please. Before we get into the Disney news tonight, we do have a couple of things. Our question of the day is this: what is one thing you wish you could do on vacation that you have never done? So a little bucket list question of the day for you. What is one thing you wish you could do on vacation but you have never done? This could be something like a destination that you have maybe been to before. Sure, yeah, like pigs, dolphins, hippos. Well, not hippos; they're dangerous.
I didn't learn about things after I became a teacher.
It's true. And you can do that in Great Exuma, Bahamas. I think. I'm right.
It's like a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Swim with the
You
pigs.
learn new stuff.
You do. Pigs float. I don't know why that was funny, but they do. And we're out. Just kidding. Thank you.
Wasn't that what that was?
You what?
Was it about floating?
It's hard. Okay, you need to get closer to the mic. They can't hear
Wasn't that
you.
what they used to do on Letterman?
Yeah. Here,
Thanks,
I'll crank her up a little bit. Like, stop that. Can't have nice things. All right. Cool. So
I'm not the one who tore a hole in my race bib.
yeah, it happens. All right. So again, our question today is: what is one thing you wish you could do on vacation but you have never done? What is one thing you wish you could do on vacation that you have never done? We would love for you to drop that in the comments. We could share it. We're going to pop over the personal feed here in just a little bit. Our topic of the day is top tips to help make family travel work. So we're getting super practical today. I've got a top 7. I don't like top 10 lists. I like top 7 lists basically because they talk too long. And this just makes life a little bit
Because
easier.
in this case, he came up with 7 things.
I did come up with 7 things about 5 minutes ago. I'm just kidding. No, it's about 2 hours ago. So some Disney travel news for you. Registration dates for the 2022 Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend and the 2023 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend are out, and this is pretty awesome. This is sort of a sign that things are returning to normal. Last year for the marathon weekend, registration dates did not happen until like middle of the summer, like
It
right.
was late.
Yeah, it was like June, I think, right, maybe like a week or so before the Galloway training plan for the marathon and the Dopey
That's
Challenge
what I was
were to
thinking.
start.
It was like you sign up and you
So
immediately start.
yeah, so normally this is pretty normal. Normally you'll see them late spring. It's happened in April before, so we're starting to get back to normal with that. Also, similarly, we just passed the date where 2022 packages were released like a year ago for Walt Disney World. So normally we'll see those packages released in the summer, but last year they were released way earlier on in the year. So we're seeing some return to normalcy. So for those of you that have been asking for 2023 Disney packages, we can book resort hotel only packages right now for 499 days out from the current day. So we can do that, but tickets are not available for that just
Why
yet.
not?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. It's a Disney thing. They're special. Registration for the 2023 Walt Disney World Marathon weekend as well. So we talked about that. That is coming up in April, April the 12th for Club Run Disney members, and then April 19th for the commoners, for everybody else.
Nice.
For the plebes, yes. And then for the Wine and Dine Half Marathon weekend, that registration is open March 15th for Club Run Disney, March 22nd for everybody else. Also, the dates for both are November 3 through 6 for Wine and Dine and January 4 through 8, 2023 for the marathon weekend. So super exciting stuff.
You will not be doing the table this
Well, we'll talk about it.
year. No.
All right. No, we're
We
going to talk
will.
about. We're going to talk about this in conversation. Um, I'm going to bring it up. Yeah. So see, we've got some comments here we need to
Comments!
go to. Jen says, "I'm so excited. I saw the dates and was ready to sign up today. My coworker saw all my excitement, sadness when I realized I had a month to go to sign up."
So good.
There you go. So
Gives you a
yeah,
couple more days to save up some dollars.
it's coming.
It's not a cheap event.
This is true. So we're coming up to the Princess weekend. Do we just have it, or does it?
I think
Is
it's
next weekend? It's coming
the
weekend.
one coming.
Yes. And then the springtime surprise weekend is coming up in just a little bit. She'll be so good times. All right, moving on from Red Disney news to a little bit of other parks news. A new trailer for the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is out. For those of you that had the opportunity to watch some of the previous trailers, they were not the best and did not exactly receive rave reviews. But the newer one
They don't exist
is
anymore.
more of a matter of fact. If you go and watch it, it's actually got a guy from Lucasfilm that looks about half my age on there. That
I
helped.
mean,
I'm not kidding.
some people hit their stride before we did.
Yeah, so, I mean, he looks like. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Okay, I'll have to watch it after this.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of staying away from the Star Cruiser stuff because it just makes me sad
Well, I mean,
that I'm here.
yeah, it's a guy seriously that looks like he's literally in his 20s, and or maybe he like just graduated high school or something. I don't know.
There's that
But
boy in Atlanta who's like 13 and started college this
yeah,
year.
well, that's true. That's Georgia Tech. They're special. Um, I mean, okay. So the Star Cruiser information that was out that came out was a lot. I think a lot more informative and sort of to the point. And I enjoyed that one a lot better. So you can go out and find that on the YouTube if you want.
Google it.
Also, the Main Street Electrical Parade is coming back to Disneyland Park in California.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, baby steps. So here's the official blurb from Disney Parks on this. There's a little bit more to it, but I wanted to kind of read you. Matter of fact, you want to read it? Right there. Those words right
You're
below the
pointing to
ball.
number 4 of your
All
top
that
picks
right
tonight.
there.
From right here.
Yes.
On April 22nd, 2022, the Main Street Electrical Parade and Disneyland Forever Fireworks Spectacular will return to Disneyland Park and World of Color. Sorry, I did it as long as I
Just can't have nice things.
could. Stop saying that. Will return to Disney California Adventure Park. I'm trying to sound like the guy in your voice. Fantasmic is preparing for its return to Disneyland Park on May 28th, 2022. But that's not all the exciting news we have to share today. Upon its return, I'm normally not like talking to people this late at night. I know I say that every week. On its return to Disneyland Park, the Main Street Electrical Parade will be celebrating its 50th anniversary. In honor of this milestone, the Disney it's easier without you here. The Disney Live Entertainment team will introduce exciting new elements to the Main Street Electrical Parade that will continue to evolve this beloved spectacular.
This is spectacular. They're excited. Yeah.
Put my
There's
cup down for that.
that's important. So there are some fun things that are coming back to Disneyland, which is exciting. Phantasmic that is performed from Tom Sawyer Island. They're adding a new scene in there from Coco. For those of you that are not aware, they're removing the Pocahontas scene.
What?
From what I understand, yep.
Grandma Pokey.
Yeah, it's the PC world we live in, I suppose.
Seriously?
So yes, so
Y'all know he's related to Pocahontas?
this is true. We're like 13.
No, you're 12.
Well,
So
that's
my children are 13th generation
yes,
direct
this is true.
from Pocahontas, so they
Fun
call her Grandma
facts.
Pokey.
We do call her Grandma
And every
Pokey.
now and then they say, when Evelyn was smaller, she said, Grandma Pokey.
What? What are you even talking about? I have no
You're
idea.
13.
Um,
Right.
so Phantasmic and then World of Color will come at the Disney California Adventure Park. We've been doing a lot of work on that show, on like the tech and the plumbing and all the things that goes into that.
Where, like, years left to do.
Yeah. It's that show. And the fireworks show, Disneyland Forever. They've been doing some fireworks on select nights on the weekends, but not consistently. So so that's fun to kind of have that back. I've been to. You've never been to Disneyland, right?
Are you serious right now?
I'm being serious.
I've been with you.
Well, that's right. Sorry. I mean, I totally had a moment. So yes, we did the Disneyland pass in 2013.
Yep.
There it is. All right, it's late, folks. But yeah, we did the Disneyland half 2013.
Y'all don't let him forget about
A
that.
day there. So, but we've never seen World of Color. Is my point. Like neither of us have seen that show, so that'll be fun to see. Hopefully, we can get out there someday. So she mentioned, I'm gonna play this just because it's fun. So if like not everybody has like my phone number or whatever, but I have a voicemail on my phone that was recorded by a movie over artist, and I just kind of play it. Can I play it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I love
excited.
it.
So this guy's name is Scott Rummel. If you go to YouTube or Google Scott Rummel Disney House, he at one point, I think maybe he still has the largest private collection of Disney like merchandise in the world. He does a lot of voiceover work for Marvel and Disney, and he's done stuff for like the Olympics
That's
and
voiceover work.
yeah, a lot of things. Like he's the deep voice coming soon guy. Anyway, so he had a childhood dream. He grew up in Disney culture, and he had a childhood dream to be like the PA guy in Disneyland, making all the announcements and different things for the parades, and the lights are dimming and all that kind of stuff. So
In 10
anyway,
minutes, we will enjoy like that.
yeah, and that kind of stuff. So I had the chance to meet him at an event in Southern California back in October, and he was supporting some folks and encouraging some youth pastors, of which I am one, in just kind of being there and hanging out and whatever. And he found out that I was like into the Disney things, and he was like, "Hey, you want me to record your voicemail? I've got this little bit I can do it." I'm like, "Yes, please." So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in just a little while, John Rogers will return your call from Disneyland. And remember, always take small children by the hand. Yeah. So it's so fun. Hopefully we're not leather. There we go. So anyway, that was just kind of a fun little thing, and
The kids and I'll call like when we know he's busy.
yes,
So
this is
we can
true.
listen
Just
to
to
it.
like listen to the voicemail. So anyway, that's pretty fun. All right, so let's get to
We
our
digress.
topic of the evening: top tips to help make family travel work. Again, our question of the day is: what is one thing you wish you could do on vacation that you have never done? Would love to hear from you about that. I'm going to pull up my personal figures. I actually haven't checked in a while. Normally, I'm pretty good about kind of commenting back and forth and sort of staying in the loop with folks here. So it's us. Yeah, I'm
I
kind
can
of
see
looking
us
at
on
my
your
face there.
Facebook feed. That's
That's
weird.
craziness. So
Mhm.
that's it. Travel to Tuesday Inception. Yeah, there's a
I
swimming
love that.
pig. All right. So let's kind of do this.
Like
Move
at
a couple
first
of things
glance, I'm like,
around.
it's a manatee, and then I'm like, it's not a manatee.
Yeah. No, it's not. So thank goodness for Google Chrome split screen. A lifesaver. All right. So good stuff. So what is one thing you wish you could do on vacation but you've never done? I'd love to hear from you. All right, top tips to help make family travel work. Number 1, talk to your family before the trip. Like,
Just thinking, like, what's the alternative?
so you're probably like, "Well, what do you mean?" I mean, like, some people like to take people on, like, surprise trips and stuff and that kind of thing. I mean, like, tell them what you're doing, tell them where you're going, tell them why you're going, help them have realistic expectations. That's part of what we're gonna get into
Maybe
here.
also ask them what they wanna do instead of
Yeah,
just telling them everything.
exactly. So you kinda get a feel for, where everybody's at. I mean, surprise vacations are fun. Can be. They can be, adventurous and
We did
whatever.
one once.
This is true. We did.
Do you remember that?
I do
Do you
remember
remember
that.
that trip?
I do. I remember don't remember the exact date.
He's like, "You've never been on a cruise, have you?" Yes. That's several things
You
together.
can't have nice things.
Stop saying that. The people
Get
are
it.
gonna turn us off if you say that
can't.
one more time.
You're
I'm gonna turn us off.
your turn. I'll turn. Yeah. All right.
I will
So
turn this podcast off.
she will do it too. So yeah, talk to your family before the trip. See where they're at. Sort of test the waters and see if there's like anything you need to be aware of going into it that can just sort of help. Your siren, not the tornado siren. Oh.
Are you sure
So
it's not? Oh, that is
yes.
a siren.
So talk to your family before the trip, just kinda see where they're at, check in with them, that kind of thing. Number 2, make a list make lists of all the things. So,
I do that with food.
she's definitely a list maker, with food
I make a
and
list of
with,
all the
packs for the kids,
Packing
make her
list,
list, makes her own list. I do not make a list, and I always forget something. So, there's that, but, well,
It's
actually
important to make a packing list, like, several days before you
yeah,
actually have to pack because
this
you
is true.
always forget something. So if you make it, like, 5 days before you have to start packing, then you can add to the list. Like, remember, it gives you time to remember things you can.
But especially if you're taking, like, house and home, like, if you have really young kids and you're taking, like, all the wipes and the diapers and the baby clothes and the baby medicines,
And I've
like
never understood people who pack, like, days in advance.
yeah,
I don't have that many possessions. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
Like, I'm like, "I have 3 pairs of pants. I can't
yep,
pack any of my pants, what am I supposed to wear for the next 3 days?"
yeah, this is true. It's like,
I'm a
what are you gonna
minimalist.
do? Uh, anyway,
I mean, if you can, good for you. It's just I look at my situation, I'm like,
yeah, I mean, there's I'll make a list, like, sometimes for certain things, but, like, generally speaking, I don't, but one of the things I
"When was the
remember
last time you made a packing list?"
I mean, I think I made one for marathon week and stuff. I did have to take 2 suitcases, like, my race stuff and
I don't know, all I'm saying is I've never seen a list.
alright, well, that's what notes are for. I can show you a list later if
Mhm.
I will.
Show
Alright,
you a list.
makes me nervous. So yeah, just list for all the things can be helpful. There you go, you
There you go.
you hear the weather warnings kinda
Yep,
going
real.
off there. The third thing is know your family dynamics. So what do I mean by that? Is your family, are you adventure seekers? Are you people that love, like, just hanging out in museums? Do you like to go all day long? Do you like to discover new things? Are you the type that just likes to wake up in the morning whenever you want, eat some breakfast, maybe lunch, you know, what kind of uh, traveler vacationer are you? And that kind of has to do with the purpose of your trip
Yeah,
a little bit.
weird.
But like, and I've shared this before. One of the first times that I went on vacation with her family, I was like, "So what are we gonna do?" I got up, I'm like ready to go. They're like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "What are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go?" Like, but I don't really understand. And like their picture of a beach trip is very different from my family's picture of a beach trip, and we kind of had to
Yes.
like figure that out. They're all about like just
We would get up at, like, 9 and eat something around 10 and then get ready to go down the beach, pack a lunch. We'd go down to the beach in the pool 10, something like that, 10:30, and stay there till about 5 or 6,
yep, yep.
and then come inside, take a shower, and go out to dinner about 8.
That's pretty much.
Yep,
And with my
that's it.
family, there's some sort of work
It's amazing.
involved doing something, and there's like scheduling of things, and it's just like it's a lot more formal and structured. And anyway, so I mean, it's
We really, like, relax on
yeah,
vacation. I mean, relaxing for your family just looks different than relaxing for
it
me.
is, and
Like,
that's the thing. Relaxation looks different for everybody.
we just watch
Yeah,
TV, and see
This is true.
That's literally all.
It's actually rare that we'll turn the TV on, when we go with my like, go to the beach with my family
Yeah.
anymore.
We stay up late watching,
We
I don't know.
crime dramas of some sort.
Well, I mean, it depends on the trip, like
Yeah. Alright, number 4 is be real, so having realistic expectations. Being real and also like being flexible. Where are you going? Being real also about your budget and staying within that because sometimes we have grand expectations of what we can do, where we can go, and what we can like accomplish. But you got to stay in tune with resort pricing and airfare and all sorts of things. Especially like right now, airfare is kind of on the up and up a little bit. It is slowly going up. I've been watching that over the past few weeks as I've been pricing out airfare for clients, for her trip, and also even for myself. And it's just getting more expensive. There's a lot of uncertainties in the world, and fuel prices kind of going crazy, and all those sorts of things. And demand is definitely back up. So that's pretty fun. Number 5, do something adventurous. And I've got the next three sort of
it's really fun.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like, the next 3 kind of all sort of tie in with each other in a way. 5 is do something adventurous, 6 is do something familiar, and 7 is do something educational. So, each one of these things, I think, appeal to, different types of people, in your family as you're going, to go on the trip and do the things. You might have, people in your family that represent all 3 of these things. You yourself might like to do all 3 of these things, but they each serve a different purpose. So when you do something adventurous, when you do something new, when you do something exciting, maybe when you do something unexpected, and you have to pivot last minute and you go on an adventure. Yeah, pivot. So when you do those things, it actually causes you to have different conversations than you probably would have otherwise. You begin to discover new things about each other, the people you're traveling with, maybe things that you didn't know, and you begin to kind of connect in different ways. So, can it be stressful? Sometimes, yeah. Can it be exciting? Yeah, absolutely, sure. But I encourage people to do something a little bit adventurous that might push you outside of your comfort zone just a little bit, maybe something a little bit abnormal for you and your family because it can be fun. And you never know. You never know what kind of memories you make. Number 6, do something familiar. So find those spots that you love, be it Disney or the beach, because a lot of times those are those places that you can go to and just like automatically unplug almost by starting to think about the trip itself because it's a special place for you. When you go, you're going to be able to see things that are familiar that feel like a second home, where you can just kind of put all the stuff that's back at home behind you, for a little bit, and just really tune in to what's going on around you. Maybe even make new friends, make new memories, and celebrate what's close to you. Number 7, do something educational. So you know, we're a homeschool family. We've talked about that before, and we may have to do an episode on homeschool travel. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, yeah,
And I
okay.
think we should maybe travel
Yeah, a little bit. And
and
we're
continue to move forward.
this is true. Yeah, I mean, we're
As of
like
right
talking
now, every
about
time
that.
we travel, I just
Like,
don't.
yeah, this is true.
Mm, I mean,
Oh yeah,
you
but
can do that.
like doing something. It doesn't have to be like grand. So it could be like going to uh, a state park and exploring, different types of wildlife or, you know, vegetation or, even like geology or stuff. I don't know. Or going to Washington D.C. and exploring our nation's history, or going to your own nation's capital, or you know, finding something more sciencey related, whatever that you can go and check out. Even at like,
Science.
yeah, I
It's a
don't know.
technical
It's
term.
a technical term. But well, even a place like Disney. So at Walt Disney World, you can actually accomplish all 3 of these things. At Epcot, they
That's why
have
we keep going.
yeah, at Epcot. So there's a lot of great educational opportunities there to learn more about
You
cultures.
can try new foods,
This
you
is
can
true.
eat familiar foods, you
Yeah,
can learn about the foods.
yeah, absolutely. You can learn about the foods, learn about the countries, and all the different cultures that are represented there. There are even some youth like educational programs available where you can go behind the scenes and talk to Imagineers and learn about the engineering behind a lot of the attractions. And
Ooh,
uh,
you did one of those.
yeah, so I got the experience, kind of like a sort of almost like a mini preview of one. But yeah, these things are really neat that you can do, and Disney is a great location for that. Let's you have anything to add?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's pop over for our question of the day real quick. If you are still following us and are wonderful,
We
witty
haven't put you
banter.
to sleep yet.
Yeah, we now have a grand total of 2 people remaining that are watching. Thank you, Jen and Tanya's mom, for staying on.
Hi, Mom.
So, yeah, we'd love to hear from y'all. If you are here tonight, please drop yourself in the comments so we can say thank you. Maybe Ian, it could be. So, all right, Jen says horseback ride at Fort Wilderness. That would be fun. I think, it's been a very, 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 very long time since I've ridden a horse, but I think that would be a lot of fun. Jessica
That would've been
says,
a lot more fun like 20 years
yes,
ago.
which is true. Swim with dolphins. That would be a lot of fun. Also, you can do that at Discovery Cove over there, kind of close to SeaWorld.
We swam with sharks.
This is true. If anybody remembers that, like now they sort of like pulled in that
Yeah, I
giant
remember
pit.
you saying that.
Dave Adams, my local friend here, says tour the utility tours, which you can do now, since the Keys to the Kingdom tours
It's
are
just
back.
like I think Keys to the Kingdom tour would be awesome. Corridors in
Yeah.
itself.
It's not like it's not anything.
I
It's,
used to teach in high school. It looks like high school.
yeah,
It's like cinder blocks.
she's been in the utility tours. I have not. So there's something you've
It just
done
looks
that
like
I've
a
not.
school
And
hallway.
with weird smells.
But,
So
but
this is true.
like if you were doing the whole experience, like the Keys to the Kingdom tour, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But like my friend and I used to do that. We went back there. Is this it?
Yeah, it's like really. So I mean,
Let's go get a Mickey bar.
it's called utilidors for like a reason.
Yeah.
They're built for practical purpose
Yeah.
to get cast members from one spot to another, without basically breaking the fourth wall. And anyway,
But it is cool. Like, I mean, it's cool the things you can see in some of the rooms
Yeah.
when you're walking by, obviously.
right.
But as part of the whole tour.
This is true. Heather says hot air balloon ride.
Nope.
April says not worry about the budget. Yeah, that would be
Ooh,
nice.
right?
Just kind of go and
Great.
you do you. Sleep in that Cinderella castle suite if you could figure out a way to get there.
Yeah, right. I thought
Speaking
you had
of
to be invited.
true.
No, did you
what?
not?
Yeah, no, you do. That's why I'm just like, you can figure out how to way to.
Well, we'll be traveling Twosday famous and we'll invite us.
It's true. Two. There you go. Joshua says sleep. Amen to that.
We had a whole discussion about sleep.
Yes, you did. Speaking of
And we
Disneyland,
already talked about how my family vacation.
this is true. Sharon says swim with the pigs.
There's
So,
the pig.
yeah, there's the pig. Wendy says balcony room, suite on a cruise. They're pretty frugal. They usually do interior stateroom.
That goes back to the don't worry about the budget, right?
Yes. And speaking of Main Street Electrical, my buddy David Dollar over at the Main Street Electrical podcast says afford one of those VIP tours at Walt Disney World. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I would love to be able to do that.
David, let's come in on it.
We should.
What does it take, like 10 people?
Well, maximum of 10 people maximum of 10 people, minimum of 8 hours.
Well, no, but if you're gonna, I mean, you're gonna do 10 people.
Yeah.
Unless you're just like, no, you don't care about them.
That's true.
Some people might, I don't know.
Some people just want to, do it solo or couple. Charles says in Venice, we passed up on a gondola ride because it cost too much. If I went back, I would pay up and give us both the experience. Yeah. You're always going to have those things that you wish you went back and do. I mean, any travel destination worth its salt, I think, will give you an opportunity to want to come back, like those sort of desired feelings, like Disney is so good at. So, I mean, you don't want to be bored when you leave a place. I think you want something to kind of pull you back in. There's some experiences out there that are kind of like one and done, but the really great ones are the ones that kind of keep you coming back, wishing you had, keep you wishing you had time for more. So,
Gideon's was really done.
what? Gideon's? Gideon's? Really? Yeah, I go back there.
I love
I don't
the
remember
place,
this.
but it was, I mean, inside was worth the wait. But then they push you through and you leave. Like if I could just go in there and see them, they don't encourage that.
Yeah.
But like the actual cookies, fine.
I don't know. I think
we make good cookies at home, so I'm like, this is no different than any cookie except it's the size of my face. But I could do that at home too. Like, they were fine.
I think that
I
now.
don't need to do that again.
I'm sorry. I'm checking. I think now, like the last time I was in there, they weren't as pushy.
They weren't,
I
like,
think
pushy,
but,
but, I mean,
like
there's a line. Like,
well,
so
yeah,
there's
but, like, the lines are not as bad, I feel like, with these.
I mean, I could go into Gideon's and stay in there for, like, 2 hours because I would look at all the little pictures, and I'd wanna read, like, all
All
the
the things,
spines of
yeah.
all the books. Like,
I
it's just
understand.
so much.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is really cool, but, I mean, I didn't think the cookies themselves were anything special. They
Yeah.
tasted good, so did the ones I make.
The cake's good. They also have
Cake's
frozen
fine.
cold brew coffee. Do you know that?
Yeah, but I know nothing
Yeah, that's true.
with
Everybody
donut on top.
well, fair enough.
I'm sure the coffees are good. And everything's fine. It's just to have to wait, hang around somewhere, and then to pay those prices. I was expecting that cookie was gonna, like, knock my socks off.
Yeah.
It
This is true. I
And the
thought
cakes are good, but they're not
yeah,
amazing cakes.
true,
I don't
true.
feel like it's any different from what I could get at Edgar's,
You're true.
nice bakery.
You're true.
That was a one and done for me. But
Good
I'll
stuff.
go back to Casey's Corner and get corn dog nuggets every time. So if that tells you anything about my taste, you maybe don't listen to me if I
But
can
the real question is plastic cheese or no plastic cheese?
It's not really the plastic cheese at Casey's. It's like nacho cheese.
Well, yeah, I guess it's plastic premium cheese. No
Well, the
plastic cheese?
plastic cheese is like in a pack that you peel off.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I got when Ashley and I went last year, and Casey's was still a shop. It's still part of the Emporium. But, like, when we were there in December, it was actual, like, hot cheese that they put up.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that.
Cool stuff. So any closing thoughts?
Oh, are we done?
Yeah, we're wrapping this thing up. It is 9:08. Yeah. One more thing. Steve Jobs. One more thing.
Oh, the special whatever.
The special thing, yeah. So, do you know what is significant about this episode?
No.
This is episode 150. 150. We've been doing this for 150 episodes. So, well, I mean, you've been part of it. You've supported me in this.
The children
Mostly. Sometimes we've heard dogs come through.
That was harder back when we had babies.
This is true. Yes. This is very true.
Go back to some of those old ones, and you're like,
yeah,
the
and the audio quality is horrible. And if you watch the really early ones, it's like me on my table, like kitchen table with my computer.
We would put like fabric on with like fabric blinds
or something. I think we tried that, and yeah, it's just anyway.
Now
so
we've got
now
the sweet setup, Legos and batons,
and Yoda. So yeah,
he's the Lego.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
The plural of Lego is typically Lego.
Well, we've got actually that
Lego. There's two.
Well, there's it's still in the box. The
Razor Crest.
Yes, the Razor Crest is still in the box.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Yeah,
next to Nathan.
Nathan the Nutcracker. Yeah. Well, that's all we got. I hope you enjoyed episode 150 of Travel Tips Tuesday.
I feel like we should have done something like had a cupcake or
confetti or something. Maybe we will
did a dance
sometime soon.
Played special music.
I should have planned. Should have planned better. You can still you can get up and dance if you want. For those of you listening in podcast land, she's dancing wildly. We may have to call the police. So anyway,
half asleep Tanya.
Charles says, "Congratulations on 150." Thank you, Charles. This has been a labor of love. It is, it's still hopefully getting better. But I appreciate everybody that's kind of tuned in along the way over the years. So you can only go back, I think, to like maybe as far back as episode 80 or 70 something in podcast land, if you will. But I've got all the other episodes before we started really intentionally putting these things on a podcast. So.
I thought you always put them on a podcast.
Nope, I'm not.
Where are they?
It started off only as a Facebook Live thing. So they're stored on my computer and I think on Google Drive. So, yeah. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Feel free to give us a like and a share and a review over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if you are so willing. Only if it's a good one.
It's anything nice, it's anything at all.
Exactly. So, thank you all so much for tuning in for another episode of Travel Tuesday, and we will see you again real soon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.